Very wise.
And Vinod can join.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Vinod is almost joining.
Hello, Chandra.
How are you, Vinod? Doing good.
Good.
Yes, ma'am. Very good evening to one and all. We welcome you to the Deccan Positive Mental Health webinar series. We welcome today resource person Dr. B.K. Pondiamani, PhD, Director of Value of Educations, and we welcome participants and our teammates on behalf of Subkara Mindcare Hyderabad in association with Yellow Bond Counseling Center Hyderabad, India, 4S Creative Heart Studio, Punjab. Thank you all. Over to intro section, ma'am. Thank you all once again.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for that wonderful welcome address. And our speaker for today is Dr. B.K. Pandimani, sir, who has 28 degrees to his credit, and some of them are LLB, BSc Agriculture, MSc Agriculture, MSc Yoga, MSc CNPT, MSc in Psychology, MBA, MSW. And his vision has been re-establishing a new world order where there are 16 celestial arts, complete viceless, abundance of wealth and treasures, deity, sovereignty for 20 long births by Almighty Authority, Universal Father God Shiva through Prajapati, Brahma, and their attributes. His mission has been instrumental in the world transformation through self transformation by acquiring godly knowledge as a lifelong learning, by practicing Raja Yoga meditation to empower the self, by adopting Raja Yoga lifestyle, and to serve community as a whole, including the nature, leading a more purposeful life and a meaningful, joyful, and a fulfilled life. Being an inspiration to all to adopt yogic lifestyle, he has been truly an inspiration to everyone, and he is the director of Value Education Programs, Mount Abu, Rajasthan. And with that, without any further ado, I would like to hand over the session to you, sir, and the floor is yours. Thank you so much for being here. Very honored to have you here, sir.
Thank you, madam. Anita madam is very special in giving the things. Good evening to everyone. I am really thankful to our mental health programs, and I am just going to share few of my ideas now. Whether it is related to only actions or behavior or is something else. Because when we heard the doing, we think of the actions only. Whereas it is not only related to the actions and behavior, but also it related to the thinking, planning, reviewing, and performing. All these things requires we should know about what is right or what is to be done. Therefore, first make it clear, doing does not mean only for the actions or the behavior. What is the perspectives? The right perspectives one should have. If beneficial, even wrong, we can do it. Normally, we think that we should always do right and not the wrong. But if it is beneficial to everyone, even we can do the wrong. It is a statement by Thiruvalluvar in one of his poems. He told if it is beneficial for everyone, we can do wrong also. Why we have to do the things right means it is the innate quality of the self. It is not the acquired quality. Therefore, if we are with the innate quality, we feel more comfortable and we feel the life is very meaningful and purposeful. We will enjoy our life also. Life become a celebration. Then self-service, and for doing the worldly service, we should do only the right things. Purely on my perspectives only. Normally, we do actions by our perceptions only. But here, we should understand the basic, such as no one is good or bad, no situation is best or the worst. How it is. Being a human being, we always feel whether it is a good or bad. We should not color according to our understanding or of our belief system of all of our own perspectives. If you say someone is good, that means you are having someone in the mind who is bad. If you say someone bad, you are having something in our mind, someone good. Therefore, if we have our own perception, then we will not happily enjoy our life. The life cannot become a celebration. The second, the most important one is everything has a cause and effect. There is a reasoning for everything. Without reasoning, nothing is moving in this world. And the third one is nothing goes waste. Even if you learn anything, any game or any skill, it will definitely help you in your life at one time or the other. While we are learning the new things or by becoming a creative, we can just add in our day-to-day life so many things. Therefore, we should know that nothing goes waste, including reading. And the fourth one is reasoning is much more important to doing the right thing. Here we can see some four things. One is the identifying, second one is exploring, third one is branding, and the fourth one is substantiating. Then I am going what is right or what is wrong. It is purely based on our own understanding. But understanding is constantly changing also. Not by age alone, by reading or to have a good company with us. The understanding is always changing. But we think that by our own understanding, we are doing the right things. Even while doing wrong things, we think that we are doing the right thing. The another one is our education, whether it is a formal or the informal. Learning should be in our attitude in our day-to-day life. Then only we can learn so many things. Learning does not mean only doing courses or classes or in the formal way. Even in informal way, we can learn the things. One interesting example I want to share here. There was one father who is a drunkard. He had two sons. The elder one is also a drunkard, whereas the younger one never touches any drinks and it tells the people that don't drink, it is not good, it is harmful not only to the self but also to the others. When one interview was conducted, the elder son has told that since my father is a drunkard, I also become a drunkard because I have seen from my early childhood. Whereas the younger son has told that by seeing what are the demerits of drinking, I have taken oath not to drink. Therefore, I preach the people that not to drink. It means that it is not what is happening, it is our attitude based on which only we are learning the things. If you have some brand idea, then you will not able to learn. Therefore, in spirituality, it is told that you have to learn in every second, from every person, from every events, whatever happening in our life. Even we can learn from the animals and also with the nature. And the third one, we think what is right according to our mindset or the attitude. Goal and objectives of life also gives what is to be done or what is not to be done. For example, if you have a spiritual outlook, we think of the benefits for the long run. Though we get some of the benefits in the short term, it will not satisfy us or it will not give any contentment in our life. The same way, our own culture has also played a very major role. See, through the culture, we had some of the ideas in our mind that accordingly we see the world also. If we move with the multicultural people, we find it very difficult also. See, there is a vast difference between South Indian and North Indian culture also. I'm not differentiating based on the North or South, but I worked in a bank, a Canara Bank, for more than 7 years in the North, and I liked it also. I enjoyed that culture also. but we feel most of the times uncomfortable to mingle with the people because of our cultural differences. And the most important one, based on our own positive or negative past experiences, we are thinking it is right or wrong. Need not be an apt one. I think you have to now think over, is it right? Just by following the crowd or doing according to my convenient. I feel convenient when I am habituated to it. It may not be a right one also, but I am habituated. Habituation in the mean sense, I mean not only the behavior, but also the thinking pattern. And the most important one, is it immoral or unethical or moral? See, this also changes according to the time. Even in the history, you can see some says it is a moral, some others says it is not moral. For example, even religion is having different opinions. In one religions, they talk about the vegetarianism, and another will say about the non-vegetarian. It is a right for them. Therefore, we have to look out the various perspectives on which we are taking a decision on whether it is right or wrong. Because after doing the decision only, we are coming to action. But for every action, there is equal and opposite reaction. Whatever we have done, it is returned to us, and whatever we are doing now, it is going to be returned. Nothing will come more or nothing will be less. But in spirituality, they are talking about the three types of actions. One is akarma, means neutral action. It is like neutral, where there is no positive or the negative. The vikarma is the action what we are doing by addict to the vicious nature like anger, greed, attachment, ego. These are some of the negative things which make the activities with a bad intention. And the third one is sukarma. It is a beneficial action to the self and also to the others. It gives multiple benefits to everyone. It also based on the time in which we are. Back to basics, B2B, we have to understand and accept some of the eternal laws. The first and the foremost one is history repeats itself. If the day comes, the night will automatically come. But we will not worry about it because we know again the day will come. Therefore, history repeats itself. Everything happens in cycles. To take an example of a human growth also. In early ages, in the very young age, we could not be able to walk or we could not be able to understand anything. We could not be able to perform anything. But after growing, we become mature. We are doing so many things. If you are getting older, the same thing again comes. If we are more than 90 years, we could not be able to remember anything. Even we forget the route to our own house. We could not be able to remember so many things. Even in our human growth, we can see it is like a cycle only. The third important one is the change is only the permanent one. Everything tends to change. Those who are coping with the change, they only success in their life. The another one is creativity and newness. It is the way of life. See, whenever we get happiness, if you see the mind, we perform some creative activities also. Therefore, if you have the attitude of learning, naturally we will become more creative. There is a transition period in every growth and development. What I mean to say here is, see, there is day and night, but in between there is a time for transition. It is from night to day also, there is the early morning hours. From day to night, there is an evening hour. These are the transition period. In the same way, even in our growth and development, we will have these things. Therefore, we should understand about the basics. What we need to understand now. The first and the foremost one is no effort, no luck. Wrongly written as luck, but it is the luck. Some people used to say that I'm not having any luck, I'm not getting this opportunity, I'm not blessed with this. They think of only the luck, but we have to understand the basics. If there is no effort, there is no luck. Thiruvalluvar has given very interesting poems on that. Whatever we do, we will get back it also. Therefore, every action has a reaction. What we get, what we give. We cannot change the beginning because it was the past. We can change the ending, that is the future, by performing in our present. Therefore, we should live at present, which is the major thing in spirituality. Nothing is permanent also means this too will pass. Therefore, we not bother about why I am suffering too much, like that. The next and the most important thing is, while we have the basic understanding, we will perform the right actions. Not only our actions, but also our attitude should be positive. What I mean to say is, we should have the positive mindset. Mindset plays a major role whether to do any action or to have harmonious relationship with others. The first and the foremost one, we should have a positive feeling on the self. If we have negative feelings, we will not able to perform the correct thing, or according to the time, we will not able to perform. Therefore, live at present is very much important. For that, we should practice the mindfulness. If we are very regular in practicing this mindfulness, then we can able to control our thinking pattern. Not only the thinking, the quality of our thoughts, but also the pattern itself we can able to change. Man is having such a wonderful power to witness the self. Nothing in this world, any animal or anything else can have this special quality. Therefore, God has given such an practice that we can see our own self. How we are seeing our body in front of the mirror, the same way, even by just practicing the generalizing every day, night, before you go to sleep, we will able to have the things what we have done right or what we have done the wrong. We will not feel pity about it. We will think that it will not happen in the future. Even in Brahma Kumaris, they used to say, whatever you have done, it is done. Put a full stop to it. But our mind always put a comma, that means it continuous. There will be overthinking, or it puts some exclamatory mark. What the exclamatory marks means that when you feel wonder about it, automatically it will be followed by the question mark. Question mark means there is a confusion. We will not able to know which is right or which is wrong. The confusion as created by our own thinking of questioning mind. I do not say that we should have a belief system or we should have some blind faith. It does not mean like that. What I need to say is, to have a better judgment, we should be a detached observer. When we watch a movie, we can see some of the sad times or some of the happiest moments are there. We know that we are just seeing a picture. It's not the real. Nowadays, people are also living in the virtual world. That too, the youngsters are most addicted to the social media because they are living in the virtual world. It is not the real world. When we are in the family, we are not giving the quality time to a relationship, quality time to them, and also we could not able to enjoy the present moment or the life of our own. We always postpone the things by thinking that I will be happy only I get this. I will be happy only if it happens. I will be happy only I will achieve the desired result, or I will be happy only I attain the objectives of my life. But it is not so. Winning or success is not at the end of the road. On the path itself, we have to experience it. You all know that for long-term goals, we should make it into different short-term goals. And if you achieve the success in short-term goals, automatically we will go to the achievement in the long-term goal. Therefore, while we are performing any action, first you have to take a decision whether it is right or wrong according to the time. It also varies from time to time. When the time is very less, if you have to pass so much kilometers, then we have to change the mode. We cannot go according to our own convenience. According to the time only, the decision should be taken. The present is based on our efforts on the past or decision making on the past. If we think that the future, the past or the future is the present, then we have to work now itself. Therefore, mindfulness plays an important role not only to enjoy our actions or behavior, but also take a right decision. What we get, it is not only through our own actions. See, we are all the social being. We should live with the family, we should live with the professional people, or we should be in a social environment. Or otherwise, we will not feel happy or satisfied in our life. For that, we have to understand the basic principle. Whatever we want in the life, we have to give. You can think that when I think to get something, how I will have it. Since I don't have it, I am wanting that. But we should know the difference between the need and wants. Mahatma Gandhi has told that you cannot satisfy the wants, but you can satisfy the needs. Therefore, we should know the difference between needs and wants. But our mind is always desirous. It expands its thinking to get more and more. Whatever we are getting more and more, we will not be able to get neither the satisfaction nor the happiness. That is why we should understand the self, that too mostly on our own perspective. See, the life's feelings are mostly by our perspectives only, or our own ideas about our own performance or our own achievements. See, to feel the achievement, it does not mean that we have to achieve the goal and objectives of our life. Anything you feel, it is a feel of accomplishment if you have a plan, that's all. What we are seeing in our day-to-day life, in the early morning hours itself, we'll chalk out the activities or we can chalk out the plan of action. When we fix the time for the plan of action, we try to achieve it in that particular time. Even if we achieve 50% more than, we will be more happy. Or otherwise, we are seeing some people, even after getting so many things, they are not very happy. They are always finding fault with others and also their own fat. There is no fat such that, but still there is a thing which we call this, it has come from last generation. That is genetic influence we are talking about. When we are the human being are having the power to take decision. We are having the power to experience. We are having the choice. Choice is the one thing which has given as a blessing, but it becomes a suffering also. Most of the times you can see that even though we get blessings, we are not able to enjoy it because we are having that comparing with others. We think that these people are more happy, they seems to be more happy, but it need not be. It is our own choice. Therefore, we always think about the choice is yours. Whatever we are performing, we have to experience it. Before that, if you have the right perspective or the positive mindset, we will enjoy our life. Even while we are failure or we are not able to attain the success, we learn the things from that. We should not think about the failure, but we should think about what you have learned from our failure. Failures are the stepping stones to success. It does not mean that we have to attain so many failures, then only we will be able to attain the success. For that, we should have a right mind setup like success is my birthright. Though we could able to cross various hurdles in our life, some of the things which make us very strong enough. If we don't have any exam, we are not able to pass. To pass from one class to another, examination is a must. The same way in our life, to make our own life a blissful one or a celebrated one, we should have the right mental attitude. What we are seeing in our day-to-day life is we are controlled by others or the events or our own behavior or our own past experiences. If at all we could not come out of it, the past experiences, we will not able to live a very fruitful life or happy life. Because happiness is a subject feeling, you all know, the psychologists. Though it is the subject feeling, it makes some meaning to our life. See, whether I am very well in a materialistic thing or not, whatever I am, however I am, I can experience that feeling of accomplishment in our day-to-day life also. It is possible only we have to do the activities or the actions in a different way, that's all. Take an example. We are cleaning our mouth every day by brushing the teeth with teeth. Okay. While brushing, you change every day the way how you are doing it. You'll really enjoy it. Or otherwise, we are thinking someone else, something else, or about the day on which we have to do so many activities, we have to meet so many people like that. We are not concentrate on the acting what we are doing. Therefore, while doing anything, even it is a very small thing, you make a small change, I can experience happiness also. I'm telling you one interesting thing in my own life. When I am getting up, how I am getting up and how I am coming from my bed, that also, if you change, you will see the interesting thing. Normally, we are getting from the right hand side. You try once for the left hand side, you will see that some difference. See, we believe that the right hand is more powerful than the left hand. But for the people who are in the left hand, they are doing better job than the right hands also. Even we can do the same thing through the both hands. We are having a belief system that we can write only through the right hand and not from the left hand. But it is not so. If you try, if you practice, you can achieve it. That is why it is told that practice makes the man perfection. Normally, as a human beings, we think that we should follow the crowd. How the environment is there, how the people are there, accordingly we have to work. But need not be. If it is ask some question about your basic value system, then we are not supposed to do it. What we call the inner consciousness, that gives us the proper direction also. But we are not giving time to listen to it. We are always talkative, even in the mind. Even in the mind, we are thinking about mostly on the past and something about the future, but we are not able to think about the present. That is the reason why we could not able to do the right action. Right action means it should satisfy your basic values, because we are controlled by our own values. It varies from person to person also, and it varies from time to time also. Therefore, if you play an action based on your innate qualities, definitely you will get that satisfaction in your life. See, we think that by doing action or by performing some action, we will get the fruits. Even while doing action, we can enjoy it. That is the possibility is there. It is in our hand only. See, there is an example that President of America used to stay in one of the hotels. He has seen through the window a person who is cleaning in the street. He was in the very high happiness. He called him and asked, what is you are getting, and you are always seems to be happy. He simply told, what I am doing, I am enjoying it. See, I am doing such a noble work. By this only you people are very happy. Therefore, I am an instrumental for your happiness. Such a noble idea he has told. In the same way, when we are performing action, whether it is for our own self or for the family or for the profession, if you see the intention behind it, if you appreciate it, you feel your life is ecstasy. You feel his life is more purposeful and meaningful. You'll be always happy. Our wrong notion is that by getting something only, we will be happy. But it is not so. In reality, by giving, we are getting the real happiness. Therefore, we should know the difference between the long-term benefits and the short-term benefits. But nowadays, we see the people, those who are having the short-term benefits, alone they think they are very progress or prospective and they are very fortunate. But it is not so. Our Indian culture is something interesting and it was time-tested one. Whereas nowadays, nobody is talking about the time-tested things. They always have the emotional understanding or emotional benefits immediately what they are getting it. Therefore, we should know the right perspectives on our life. Therefore, the basic understanding or our own education, our mindset, our goal and objectives are life, make the right decision and make the right action. The whole thing is, if you ask anyone, you tell whether it is right or wrong. Sometimes they are not able to take a right decision on it for the reason that there are so many reasons behind it. Because we are seeing in this thing, when change is a constant one, how the same action become right always or the wrong always. Here, the ethics following the important role. If you are ethically sound, automatically you'll have a very strong mental health. To keep our mind always health or to have the positive feelings through our activities in day-to-day life, we should have a correct perspective. Because this right perspective comes only based on your own goal and objectives in life. Normally, we don't have any objectives in our life. whether it is the long-term or short-term goals, because it is determined by someone else. We require some approval from others for our activities. But those don't know what it is, we expect from them. When there is more expectations, there is more sufferings also. Because when the expectation is not fulfilled, we are not able to get happiness. Therefore, if you reduce your expectations to the minimum, you will become more happy. See, Mahatma Gandhi also told, one cannot satisfy his own wants, but the needs can be met. We have to understand what is the need of the hour, what I want from my life, whether it is personal life or family life or the professional life or even in the social life, what I want. Accordingly, we have to make some efforts. One interesting experience I want to share. One person asked the Supreme Teacher, I want to experience love from everyone, then what I have to do? Then the spiritual teacher has told, if you try to make everyone happy, it is not at all possible. Instead, if you detach yourself, if you are free from expectations, and you will be approved by everyone. But it is so also. We see some of the spiritual leaders, those who are having this right perspective, whether they are the religious fathers or whether they are the gurus for different sections of the society, they are having the right perspectives and guide the humanity as a whole beyond time. I have seen that God has been told as the truth. Somebody says that God is love. Someone says that God is a power. Whether he exists or not, this is not the question. But the perspectives changes according to our belief system also. Therefore, we should have the open mind to learn, to accept, and to make flexible in our own self. Because if you are not flexible, then it is very difficult to experience neither the peace nor the happiness in our life. These are some of the things I wish to share with you all. If you have any questions, most welcome.
Dr. Pandimani, if it is beneficial, better do it, though it is wrong. Can you give an example?
In Tiruvallur, he has shown like that. You can tell even a lie. Lie is a sin, but we can tell a lie if it is beneficial to others. Okay, sir?
Okay, but I'm not fully. Tiruvallur might have said it, but I'm not convinced. Can you give an example from your life?
Okay. See, one of the example I can say that normally we tell the lies to safeguard our image from the others. Just we are telling the lies for the only reason that they should not think about me like that. That is the reason for it. For example, when we are working towards achieving our own goal and object, sometimes we are supposed to give some of the lame excuses also. While giving the excuse, we know that it is not right, it is not correct, it is not justified. But knowingly, we are doing it because we are having the long-term benefit of others. For example, we are supposed to be the role model to others, but we are not seeing any role models. Then we can think about why not I myself become a role model. For that, sometimes I have to give some other excuses. What I mean to say here is, excuses is also a lie. Is it so or not, sir?
Okay, I understand. For example, let us say somebody wanted to hit somebody, that person came and hid in my house, then I will tell them he is not there. It is a lie. But it is a beneficial to the person because I am protecting him. Something like that you are saying, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Come on, Sripali. Ask
See, one
question.
example I can quote it. A person, for example, a person is having a stick in his hand while he is taking the sheep in the group. It is not to punish, but to show the way. By seeing a stick, we think that it is to punish, but it is not like that. We have to see in a right perspective. It is used to show the rights to the sheep, direction to the sheep.
Any question?
Yeah, I'm just explaining that about telling a white lie. Generally, somebody asks you, how are you? We say, I'm fine. I may not be fine. That could be a lie, right? I could be having some medical issue, something, but I would obviously say, no, I'm fine. I'm doing good. How are you? Hiding something which I do not want somebody's pity or somebody's, or maybe I do not want to explain. People will ask more and more questions. So I'd rather say I'm fine. Could that be what you are saying, Dr. Pandimani? Could that come under that?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Okay.
There is
Thank you,
some
sir.
stories also there. To safeguard a deer, he has told a lie. One guru has told a lie to safeguard the deer. This is the story you might have known about.
Thank you, sir. That was a wonderful presentation. Very simple but profound. You have given us a lot of points to reflect on. So thank you so much.
Can we share something, Rajini?
Sure, sir.
Now, that is why youngsters hesitate to ask the older people, elderly people, how are you? Because the elder people start the whole story. My knees are paining, my blood pressure is high. Therefore, socially it is said, when somebody says, how are you? Better you say, I'm fine.
Correct.
Unless that person is very close to you and he can understand you. Otherwise, socially, how are you? We are fine. Good. Of course, USA, they are good. As if others are bad. It is not so. It is only social
Can say,
conversation.
I'm remarkable. Can you say that I'm remarkable?
Mostly I say, yes, I'm wonderful. I'm great.
Yeah.
And people think that I'm egoistic. I say, oh, thank you, I'm egoistic.
That's fine. That's fine. It's your perspective.
What understand for.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I just wanted to say that I found it to be a lovely presentation because the whole complexity of life, I mean, though you're looking only at what doing right, you could reduce it to a few bullet points on 10 slides. I think that was marvelous. And all of them very, very, thought-provoking and covering so many different aspects. I was just marveling at the way you did it. So thank you very much, Dr. Pandimani.
Nothing particular that way. The issue of good or bad or relative or happy or unhappy is a relative issue. When we say that, how are you, Dinkarao sir has said it's fine, it is basically to make sure that I do not pass on my misery to others and at the same time trying to feel happy and comfortable in the life. So if someone says, how are you off late, I'm saying rocking. So obviously it is an indication that, say, it's a celebration of an event called life and I'm happy with myself.
Good. Good, Jess.
There could also be a situation where somebody is, quite sick with very bleak chances of survival. But you obviously, in that kind of a situation, your relatives and maybe even the medical practitioner may not go and tell him, this is the thing, there are very low chances of your survival. You would instead say that, things, it's good, you just hold on and you could even get out of it. So you're saying something basically for the benefit of the patient, for the other person, so that they would, muster the strength and get out of it. So you're doing it for the benefit of them. I think.
Yeah. Just words of gratitude to Sir, and thank you so much for that very thoughtful and meaningful session. It was a very short session in which you made us actually reflect on many aspects of life, and it had a very deep meaning, which I will definitely remember. And thank you so much. Just words of gratitude, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sunanda ma'am, for giving me an opportunity to give the vote of thanks. And thank you so much once again, Pandimani sir, for that wonderful, meaningful, and very thoughtful session. And kindly accept our gratitude on behalf of the Deccan Positive Mental Health team, which has Manasa Shubhakara Mindcare Hyderabad, Forest Creative Studio Punjab, and also the Yellowpond Counseling Center. And dear friends, we will meet with yet another beautiful session next Friday at the same time. Until then, it's a goodbye from all of us here. Take care and have a wonderful evening. Thank you all once again. See you all next week. Bye, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.